Welcome back to The Watch. And, alright, we're covering this lady again. What is her name? I don't know.
Yana?
Is that her? Yeah.
Yana?
Streamer focused on inspiring and empowering women in competitive gaming.
Should we talk about women in competitive gaming?
No, we could just move on from that. Oh, and also she, her. You need to be told that.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
That's spicy. That's spicy.
Well, in her case, I will accept that. Yeah, it's good to just clarify.
You sound like that. You say like that. Bloody hell.
She does look a little mannish, doesn't she?
Yes. She's quite mannish.
Damn it, man! That's my mother! You know what I'm referencing?
Shad, it is man. What is that?
Austin Powers.
Oh, which one?
He's like, when he smacks it, like, that's not a woman, that's a man. Man.
Oh, yeah.
And then the old lady comes in and is like, damn it, man, that's my mother. Come on, she does look a little mannish.
Oh.
You would never get away with that now.
No.
Oh, Once Upon a Time comedy, actually.
Yep.
Was good.
Then the women wanted to get into it.
No, then the woke wanted to get into it. That's what's ruined it. So this clip is by this horrendous lady, right? We've already covered her talking about, you know, how toxic men are in gaming when she's one of the most toxic, you know, and she's legitimately sexist. We will see the depths of her sexism and misandry in this video. It's actually, I feel now, an important video because there is something that we have been concerned about for a while that some, you know, not just, actually a good number of conservatives have been raising as a concern. And it's when we hear slogans chanted at LGBT rallies where they say, they're here, they're queer, they're coming for who was?
The children.
They're coming for, and they say, your children. We have the clip. We can share it right here. And it's like, if that wasn't enough to make people concerned, the fact that they have a not so secret gay agenda, where the Disney producer or whatever that they were, saying they're putting in gay stuff in children's media as much as possible, right? And as a result, some conservatives are saying, this feels like you're trying to brainwash children to being LGBT. That would be called, what's the word, Oz? What is that called?
What's the word?
Grooming.
Grooming! The word's grooming!
Did you legitimately not know?
I wasn't sure what we were talking about. I'm kind of lost. What day is it?
Why are you even here?
Who am I?
Grooming. It's
Grooming.
concerned that there is a activist part of the LGBT community, and they don't represent the whole LGBT community, but they're very vocal, extreme part that is putting themselves forward as the thought leaders of the movement, seemingly, right? That specifically targeting kids. Drag Queen Story Hour, Oz. Really explicit sexual, you know, books about same-gender attraction, explaining how to perform same-gender sexual acts, right? In children's books, right?
Well, I would say that that's more like how to be raped. If you're putting it in a children's book.
In a children's book, right? It is really concerning. And so conservatives saying, this feels like grooming. Stop it, right?
Isn't it weird? Things have like got so extreme. Grooming used to mean get a haircut, get a shower, but now it means cut your dick off. What's happened?
It actually means trying to sexualize children. Just that, sexualize children. When children, like, that. Oh my gosh, I get so angry by this. Same-sex attraction, the very nature of understanding it is about sexuality.
Yeah.
Children, they're not even old enough to understand these concepts. It's impossible for them to have same-sex attraction at that age, as well as being trans, right? They are too young to even actually comprehend and understand. That's why there's so many cases of trans regret stories, right? Kids thinking that they were one thing, but they actually weren't old enough to understand anything, and they weren't really trans, right?
So why are these people doing it?
here's an example right here. Let's listen to it.
No, it's over, Ina. It's over. Like, if I were to have a boy, we better pray to God that he's gay. We better start indoctrinating him day one. We have to either make him trans or make him gay. We are not having a cisgender straight son.
Thank you for saying the quiet part out loud, I guess. So, this is such a mask off on multiple levels, right? It's like, oh, they don't want to indoctrinate kids to be gay or trans. That's just, you know, gaslighting. There's no one in the LGBT community that wants to do that, Oz.
You'd think she'd be smart enough to wait till the next election was over before saying that.
Well, they're emboldened, and that's good. This is why sunlight is the best disinfectant. This is why censorship would be bad. We don't want to stop them from speaking, right? Because give them enough rope, the truth comes out. So, this confirms the concerns people like. She is fully on board with she verbatim indoctrinating, even from the youngest age possible, right, to being gay or trans. Now, this is messed up on multiple levels, okay? I mean, if the child actually, by a really weird coincidence, because it's a very tiny minority of people that actually have gender dysphoria, like legitimate diagnosed gender dysphoria, right? They, of course, people have it, right? Was once a mental condition, mental disorder that, you know, the medical community acknowledged.
Well, by definition of whether it's a mental condition or whatever, by definition of what a condition is, if your brain says that if your personality says you're a separate thing to what you actually are, that is a mental disorder.
It's something that is a little different to reality, isn't it?
Well, it's the opposite of reality. It's a delusion.
Interesting. Yeah, right. But it's because of the progressive thing that they try and say it's not a mental disorder anymore. And no, people do have gender dysphoria, right? It's a very tiny amount. And if she has a child that actually has gender dysphoria, right? What if they grow up and they hear this clip? They'll never know if, like, could they trust their own, like, what if they were just taught to be this way because my mother was explicit about saying she's going to indoctrinate me into be like this?
But I don't think that any man is going to want to come near her.
Yeah, well, if they even learn anything about this horrendous person. This also confirms a number of other things, right? The people, there are extremists on this side that are legitimately not only okay with it, they want to indoctrinate kids to being gay or trans. And the whole reason she wants to do it, it's purely founded on a sexism because she believes all men are misogynists. Okay, there's actually a bit of additional context. It took a bit to find, but we were able to find a clip of why she wants to indoctrinate any potential son she has.
Genuinely, like, my worst fear is having a son. I'm not even being funny. In general, I think it would just be, like, more fun to have a girl. Because, like...
Because she hates men.
Out there in the ether, all males yet to born, that's their worst fear as well.
She can be cunt. But then it's like, even if you have a son, and even if you think he's normal, like... he can, like, just, like, become a misogynist one day, and there's nothing you can do about it.
If you were my mother, I'd be a misogynist too.
You wonder why they might. Yeah, she's driving people to become like. She's probably doing more to cause people to hate women because she's saying I represent women than anything like any actual misogynist man has ever done.
Yeah.
Right?
Just because like he's like talking to the wrong people or engaging with the wrong media online.
It's unavoidable. He can just become a misogynist.
Fine. You want a little girl just to be a twin? She would be cunt. Like she would be cunt. It's over, Ina. It's over. Like, if I were to have a boy, we better pray to God that he's gay. We better start indoctrinating him day one.
Gay guys can't be misogynists?
I feel like they'd make more effective misogynists.
I think they would, but I just find it interesting that it's actually not about the misogyny. She just doesn't want him to be straight. Because the gay people could be misogynists as well. Like I said, it's the biggest mask off. And it's confirming so many of the concerns that many people have been pointing out. Is like, no, there are extremists that are in the LGBT community that want to indoctrinate kids, kids that are not sexual beings, right, to be gay or trans. Now, some might be when they grow up. They don't need any influence. That'll just happen if they are. They know, though, that they can brainwash, indoctrinate kids who would not be gay or straight to be through grooming. Why? This lady? Just because she hates men.
Oh, yeah.
Just straight. They hate straight white men.
Which
they
is
wanted
a pretty unique reason, as far as it goes.
like, that's where it comes down to, right? This is like bitter revenge, and they're going to target kids. And there are horrendous stories of kids, especially, that were indoctrinated to be trans, that have regret. And they have permanently mutilated their bodies where they will never have children now. Like, it is heartbreaking stuff. That is like one of the most vile forms of child abuse, right? They're innocent children. Children are impressionable. They absolutely can be brainwashed and indoctrinated into this stuff. It's confirmed to happen by their regret stories, right?
If you think that's bad, you should see where all this school of thought came from and the experiments they did on children. The government funded and gave the thumbs up for.
I've heard some cases, actually, of some of those experiments. And so this does happen, okay? And so a lot of us conservatives are saying, don't go for the kids. People will grow up, and yeah, they might be gay or straight. That'll be their choice. Happy to be friends with them. Doesn't matter, all right? But if you go for the kids, you're a friggin' evil groomer, okay? That is the takeaway. And we want to protect the kids because if you indoctrinate them when they're really not, it can ruin their lives. Gosh, like I said, this just exposes a lot. And also, it exposes another interesting thing. They have tried to say that, no, this isn't grooming, right? You can't convince someone to be trans. They're just, you're enabling them to accept who they really are, acknowledging that's their defense. They say that we are just creating an environment where they don't feel afraid to be who they are.
I guarantee you, the next thing is, no, we haven't murdered anyone. We've just progressed their eventual death.
Well, that's what Canada's doing.
Yeah. If you complain about back pain.
Right. But that is their defense. They've tried to say it's not grooming at all. But we know it's a lie because she's admitted it. She has admitted that, no, this lady believes that an otherwise straight boy or girl, well, specifically boy, right, they are intentionally going to try and indoctrinate them, if she has a boy, to be gay, which means it's not about fighting in an open environment. They know that that's actually the intent because they just hate straight white men, apparently. But I think they hate the traditional family.
I think they just hate everything. They love evil and they hate good.
Well, I don't think it's evil for someone to be gay, right?
No, I don't mean that.
Yeah. I have objections, religious objections for gay lifestyles and everything like that, but I don't believe having a temptation is, something. Everyone has temptation. It's acting on the temptation. That's what makes something bad, okay? Yeah. And so someone being gay, to me, is equivalent to someone either having any type of inclination towards anything.
Eating too much chocolate.
Yeah, basically.
But take the H out. Take the H out of choc.
I don't want to, Oz.
Me neither. I like chocolate. Let chocolate stay chocolate.
Yes. Right? No, but of course there are of course there are lifestyles that I object to on a religious level. So people that have any type of inclination or anything like that, even if they want to choose the lifestyle, right? I disagree with certain lifestyles. Doesn't mean I won't be friendly with them or be friends with them. And there's been, of course, I've had gay friends and had gay friends, even ones that have come out to me. It hasn't changed anything about the relationship and friendship.
But you've already run afoul of their beliefs by saying whatever lifestyle they choose to have, they'd say it's not a choice and all that.
This video reveals that, because I think it's a bit of both, actually. Because I do think some actually
choose your lifestyle,
are born with certain inclinations that are part of just, how their brain works, right? that's just a reality, okay? But I also think upbringing, this whole nature versus nurture thing, I think it is proven by many examples where it's not a coincidence that children being raised by gay parents have a higher percentage of being gay than being raised in a heterosexual family, okay? That statistical difference can only arise out of the way that they're being brought up, okay? And also there's more trans kids in progressive or woke households. Wonder why that is the case. We now know, we already knew, but they're admitting it. But they know it as well, and they're doing it intentionally, okay? And that is an issue that many people have. It's simple. Don't go for the kids. Leave the kids alone. Let them be kids. Stop trying to indoctrinate them. Okay? If they are gay or trans, they will come to that if they really are, right? That'll just manifest in their natural kind of upbringing. So I found this clip really, really telling.
There is one good thing we got out of this whole situation.
What's that?
We found the antidote to Viagra. And it's this woman talking.
The antidote, meaning that people are taking it too much and they...
No, meaning that you'll actually have a flaccid debt from looking at this woman and hearing her talk.
But that would mean you need Viagra.
If you ever want to get hard again, yeah. Or just expunge her from your memory. And then get the Viagra, because your subconscious remembers. I'm saying she's a horrible woman.
We get that. Stay on watch.